How's it going, everybody? Feels like it's been forever, even though it's only been a week. But here we are again, another Sunday night live stream. Glad to have all of you. And if you've never done this before, just know that we do this every Sunday night at 9 o'clock. It normally takes just a couple minutes to get everybody here. I think I have all the lights on. No, I have one. I have one more light to get on. Bear with me. I'll be right back. All right, that's better. Okay, got to get the full, the full deal here. Wow, 8 people coming in here already. That's fantastic. So, um, I was gone a couple days this week, so I got behind on my editing. I still have 2 more videos to edit, and we'll hopefully get to kind of continue on and move on to some Kittanning, more Kittanning stuff coming up. I'm talking about Kittanning everywhere that I go. I keep wanting to, but make videos in the city, and so it's so difficult this time of year because if I'm working 9 to 5, I have to steal time out of my day. But I've been away so much that my days have just been busy trying to catch up, and it's just been really just crazy. So just wanted to throw that out there, you guys. There will be more Kittanning videos coming. I do want to get your opinions on some different things as we move forward. Um, so I'll have a couple questions for you tonight, and then my daughter is actually having a birthday this week as well. So I've been trying to make videos for my kids as they get older, like a little interview video for them. And so hopefully you'll have some questions. You can help me out to have some questions to ask my daughter this coming week as well. So uh, I'm going to, I haven't gone live on Facebook in quite a while to let them know about Sunday night. So I'm going to do that real quick, and then we'll go ahead and get this thing going. So leave your comments. Tell me how your day was. Tell me how your week was. I left and it was spring, it seemed like, and I came back and it's full on winter. So that's a little disappointing, but I guess it had to come eventually. So, it was a blessed December weather-wise for sure, and good beginning of January as well. Terrible November though, and it looks like we have a pretty nasty rest of the January coming. I saw some below zeros on my 10-day forecast. I don't know if that's actually going to come true, but still significantly warmer than Minnesota, so I'll take it. Bear with me, going live on Facebook. Be right back. Hey, Facebook, I just wanted to let you know 2 things. Number one, we hit 1,000 likes on this page. That is amazing. It's incredible. So happy about that. And number 2, every Sunday evening at 9 o'clock, we meet on the YouTube channel. So you can come over and join us on the Greatest City in the World YouTube channel. Just look up my name, Andrew Ladisaw, or click any of the links that are on this page and come join us. We hang out for anywhere from half an hour to an hour. Answer questions, and we just have a good conversation about the greatest city in the world. So I would look forward to seeing you. God bless you. Have a great night, and see you soon. Okay, sorry about that. So, yeah. Tell me how your day was. Tell me how your week was. Sorry, I always forget that I have to hit share and it replays the video. Let me pull up your comments as well. I'm all kinds of behind here tonight. I was trying to answer all the comments. Some of you, I see the Caden, I see your name popping up here. I was answering your comments and just trying to catch up on everything. I did answer every single comment that I got over the past week, so that's good. I'm caught up on at least one thing. Live streaming. Come on. Okay. So I was in Oklahoma. I don't know if you guys got to see the video that I just put out probably like 4 hours ago or so. Just kind of a update on the travel. I went to Oklahoma earlier this week on Tuesday. Flew out very early in the morning, and then I got back later in the evening on Thursday. So I was gone the majority of my week. My Monday was insane at work. My Friday was insane at work, and just kind of trying to find my flow again. This week, I'm not going anywhere, so it should be a great week for me. And hopefully I can catch up on my editing. Like I said, I'm 2 videos behind in the edit, so you can expect probably 2 videos back to back, one on Monday, one on Tuesday. And then also I want to make a giveaway video this week. So we have I'm giving away, at the request of many people on the channel, I'm giving away my whole vlogging setup. So one of these that I have, um, it's a 3-axis gimbal, and so just to hold any size cell phone for the most part, as long as it's not like a iPhone whatever 10 Plus with a case on it. I think it will actually hold the biggest phone that's out there. I think it'll hold a Galaxy. What's the big one? Galaxy Note. And so I think it'll hold that, just not with a case. So, but it's a nice little gimbal, very sturdy. It's been treated me very well. This is my second one, but my first one I took on a bike crash. I did all kinds of different things with it. So, so this is a solid piece of equipment. And the other piece of equipment, it will be a microphone. I didn't order the microphone yet because if whoever wins has an iPhone, a newer one, they're going to need a different microphone that'll fit with a lightning cable. So I will order that as soon as I know who the winner is going to be. So hopefully that video will come out this week, and then I'll put probably a 10-day entry window for people to get in on the giveaway. So that'll be coming soon, and then I'm going to be going through and doing hopefully a bunch of different videos on what people have identified to me as the greatest problems in our city. And then the plan is that we'll be able to kind of have a cohesive plan, put together an unveiling of that plan, and we can then try to get the city council on board with it, try to get the local business groups on board with it, revitalization committee, and then hopefully get a bunch of churches and nonprofits involved with it as well. So if we can make that all happen, that would be an amazing thing. But we're just going to start to try to generate some activity, and I'm planning on using a meetup with you guys to get your input on that towards the end of the month. I wanted to do a coffee meetup, but I'm right in the middle of the Daniel fast, and so I have 2 more weeks until I'll actually be able to drink coffee again. So I'm thinking the last week in January we could do a meetup, the week of the 28th. And so hopefully I will be able to make some videos, different videos on the problems in the city over the course of the next 2 weeks. If you guys have any ideas on that kind of stuff, put them in the comments right now, and we'll talk about those tonight. And then we can have a little meetup. We'll enjoy hopefully some fellowship with each other, and then we can also have a little unveiling of the plan. You'll get a sneak preview before the big one comes out. So that's kind of where I'm at. Let me look at some comments. Let's see who's here and see if we can see who won tonight. Caden was first. Man, wow, you were all fast. You all thought you were first. Kelly thought she was first. 3D Maker Kid thought he was first. But Caden is the big winner. Paul Hooks is here. Randall 43. Randall, I'm not sure that I've ever seen your name in here, but fantastic that you're here. Glad to see you, my friend. 3D Maker Kid is upset that he lost. Sandy Stories in the house. Summer Fun Rides in the house. And says, we have been watching your videos. Thank you. I've been watching a bunch of them tonight as well, because as I answer the comments, I have to open up the video to actually answer them. It's kind of clunky with YouTube, but then I get to watch all the ads, and I can click on some of them if I'm interested in what they are. I'm kind of curious on who's advertising on my videos, and there was one that was a West Virginia University that was advertising on the videos. So I thought that was interesting. But Becky Claypool's in the house. Todd Johns is in the house. Hello, Todd. And oh, it's Randy Cloak is in the house. The famous former city councilman Randy Cloak, I'm assuming. Todd Johns is reminding everyone to hit that like button. Swan is in the house. Hi, everybody. Kelly Harris is in the house. Caden says, didn't know that you watched Andrew. Kevin Myers is in the house. Glad to have you, Kevin. Always glad to have you. Kelly says, sorry I missed church today. Feeling better now. Glad that you're feeling better, Kelly. And I'm glad that we didn't have baptism scheduled for today, because if you weren't feeling well, that would have been a total disaster. Randy says, does anyone know Kirk Atwood? I do know Kirk Atwood, and I like Kirk Atwood. We have several members of Kirk Atwood's family that come to our church. And yeah, Kirk's been to our church a few times for different events, baptisms and baby dedications and all that kind of stuff. But I really like Kirk Atwood. Sad that he moved out of the city, He was a good mayor as well. Gene says, "Hi, Pastor Andy. Sorry I did not talk to you today. My week was good. I was told I have a sweet angel with me." Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, I know we can't always talk on Sunday mornings. It gets busy, gets crazy. I understand. It's just as much my fault as it is yours. So the apology is from me as well. Kelly says, "Did Bella show up last night?" Let's see here. Did Bella show up last night? I don't know what that means. Caden says, "I think I do." Matt Smith says, "Work 7 to 3 p.m. during winter hours, so you have a few hours of daylight to film each day. You can get caught up on those emails before the office opens and watch those State Farm videos to stay up on certification." Yes, I really should. I need to be better at getting up early. The problem is I stay up too late, and so it's a personal problem, my own scheduling thing. No excuses. You're totally right, Matt. I should be doing that. Caden says, "This is family friendly, Randall." Randall says, "Okay. Did you mean Kirk Atwood was a few years back? Sorry, I'm catching up on conversation here between you guys." Matt says, "I heard almost everyone in Oklahoma has a fence around their yards and dogs on chains in their front yards. Did you notice that? And how was your first ever Uber driver?" So I did notice, I have not noticed that. I've been to Oklahoma several times, and maybe there's some poorer areas where that would be true, but I've only been to Oklahoma City and maybe some surrounding areas, so I've never really been in residential areas all that much, other than just kind of driving through. So maybe the correct answer is I don't have enough experience there to know. My first ever Uber driver was actually amazing. He was a really nice guy. He was a Christian guy. He wanted to talk about church the whole time, and I was more than happy to do that. And so we had a really great conversation. Uber is surprisingly affordable as well. I think it was probably a 15, 20 mile trip, and it was like $15, which I thought was really, reasonable. I was from the airport to the hotel, and very happy with it. The driver was great. The car was clean. It was quick. As soon as I turned on the app, like I downloaded the app, I had to download it and learn how to use it and call a person, or request a ride. And by the time I had downloaded it and requested a person, I literally walked out the door and the guy was there waiting for me. It was incredible. I've never experienced technology that was so smooth. So super impressed with Uber. And hopefully, if Yinsmart can make that happen in Kittanning, if they can have a system that's that slick, got big things coming for 'em. Let's see here. Sorry, Amanda. Sorry, there's just different conversation going on. I'm not going to read them all. Kelly says, "I knew I had second. His name popped up first after I hit send." Don't know Deputy Bum. Todd John says, "I think the school is being torn down could have been used for something, but what is done is done." And so there's still one school that's not torn down. Kittanning High School can still become something. Although I'm starting to hear rumors that that's going to be coming back on the market, which really confuses me because they kind of did a whole roundabout on our church in order to make us not get it. So it was just really, I was excited for Emerald City. I wanted to see them get in there and succeed with it, but I don't know what happened. If any of you know, I'd be happy to talk about that as well. But I'm just really praying for that building. That needs to become something, and it needs to become something soon. Otherwise, it's just going to turn into blight, or it's going to get torn down like the rest of them. That auditorium is just too nice to not be used for something. Anyways. Matt Smith says, "Let's get a Five Guys, burgers and fries downtown and bring back Little Caesars for $5 hot and ready. That would be a great for lunchtime to the downtown workers. Also eliminate the parking meters." Wow, I agree with almost all of those things. I've never had great experience with Little Caesars, though, as far as pizza experience. Domino's has a $6 medium pizza, so, you can go for that. And Bugsy's, of course, is always running crazy specials, too. But, Bugsy's, some people like it, some people don't. Same thing with Domino's. But you also there's like 5 pizza places within 5 minutes, so I don't know if we need to go there. Randall, I don't know why you're asking me this. I said, "Are you gay or not, you, Andrew?" I'm not sure where that's coming from. I am not. yeah, I'm happy, obviously. So if that's the meaning, then yes. Uh, the other way, I'm happily married with 4 children. So um, that's where I'm at. Caden says, "Can you do a coffee meetup on the weekend? Because me and Randall have school and probably other kids too." And so, um, yeah, I probably wouldn't. I don't know if I'll do it on the weekend. I'd like to do it on a weekday, and we could do it in the evening maybe. So after school. So if we did it at like 5:30, maybe like 5:30 to 7 or something like that, and just have maybe some snacks and coffee. And East BRA said that they would maybe be willing um, to do something as far as having their coffee there, which would be amazing. I wanted to get an idea from you guys too. What dates and times would work best? Like Caden, if everyone else says like, hey, I'd rather do it on a weekend, on a Saturday or Sunday, yeah, let me know that. I'm definitely open to it. I'm open to whatever. I'd prefer a weekday evening, but if everyone else wants to do a weekend, I'm cool with that. So let me know if that would work for you. And then I also need ideas for where to do it. So we could do it at a place like Dunkin' Donuts or Subway has like a little meeting space in there. I'd prefer to do it at a place maybe like a Mono Pasta Shop if we could do something like that, or Sheets as well has like kind of a little meeting space we could use there. But I'd like to have somewhere that would be a little bit more private, I guess. Or I mean, we could do it at my building too. Would work as well. So just let me know what you think would work the best. I guess we could do it at the church too. The church would be a good meetup spot. But I'd like to be downtown. Bella was supposed to be at worship night last night. Oh, I don't know if she made it or not. I wasn't there. Your dad would be able to tell us though. Uh, Amanda says, "No, Okies don't all have fences and dogs on chains." Okay, I thought so, Amanda. That doesn't seem right to me. That would be the rumor about Oklahoma. Maybe there's some like poor. I'm sure there's some poorer communities that maybe that's more true, but I don't know. I doubt it. Oklahoma's like wide open spaces. 3D Maker Kid says, "I'm back. Had to finish up your coasters, Andrew. That is awesome. Can you post a picture of the coasters in the Discord? I'm super curious to see them." Dustin says, "Hey, buddy, just popping in to say hi. Not feeling the greatest. I'm having a rough night. I have a bad toothache, a lot of pain. Please pray. Love you, buddy. Have a safe trip home." So, everyone, please pray for Dustin if you have a free moment to do that. That would be great. Caden says, "Turn the camera around. I want to see what is behind the camera." Okay, let me see here. Turn the camera around. This is my coffee table right here. This is another couch. That is my jacket, which should be put away. And this is another couch. Very exciting. Hopefully that piqued your interest there, and the curiosity is just thrown off of you. Amanda says, "The sale closed 10 days ago, and they are actively filling the spaces." Okay, great. Hopefully that's accurate. I really want to make that happen. I want to see it fill up, and I want to see it succeed. So please pray for the success of that project as well. Max Rogers, I just can't have you saying stuff like that, my friend. Family-friendly channel. Got to put you in timeout. Matt Smith, did you watch any football playoffs? Super Bowl predictions is Saint versus Patriots. If Patriots win, Tom Brady retires. If Saints win, Drew Brees retires. Wow, that's a pretty interesting prediction. I would probably say that, gosh, I probably have Saints versus Chiefs. The Chiefs look really, really good, or they did yesterday. I honestly thought the Colts were going to knock them off, given the Chiefs' history and given the way that Andrew Luck and the Colts have been playing lately. But that was something else to watch them completely dismantle the Colts. And the only real good game was the Eagles game today, and they couldn't quite pull it out. I couldn't believe Jeffries dropped that pass. He's been a beast for so many years and just been so clutch. And just to watch that go through his hands was kind of shocking to me. But anyways, I'm going. I'll go Chiefs, Saints, and I'm going to say that the Saints win the Super Bowl. Gosh, that doesn't feel right. Maybe let me think about that more. Put your predictions in the comments. 3D Maker Kid says, "For a meetup." Yes, for a meetup. Judy says, maybe the kids would do a meetup on youth night. That would be pretty cool, but then we'd have to wait till the middle of February. I don't want to wait that long. We could do multiple meetups over time. It doesn't have to be a one-time thing. Um, I'd love to meet all you guys. I'd love to make more friends, make more connections, and I want you guys to meet each other too. So if you have cool things going on in the city, then you can volunteer for each other's events. You can support each other in all the good things that you guys are doing, and then I can learn more about what you're doing as well. Caden says Dunkin' Donuts. You want to make that happen? We'd probably have to take over the whole Dunkin' Donuts, but if we do it in an evening, Dunkin' Donuts normally isn't all that busy, so we could probably pull it off. 3D Maker Kid says your building on a Wednesday night or Friday night. Okay, that's good. Gene says, what about meeting at your office for coffee? Good. Amanda says there's a lot of reservations and casinos, though, in Oklahoma. So, yeah, I believe that for sure. Oklahoma, interestingly enough, was I have an old history book, and it's from the late 1800s, and it just has Oklahoma, the space where Oklahoma is. They just have Indian territory. That's all that it says. And then I was reading Little House on the Prairie with my kids, and they had moved to Oklahoma as well, and they actually got kicked out by the federal government because it was proclaimed that that was going to be Indian territory. Obviously, that didn't last all that long, but they were there, they were settled, they had built their house, done the whole deal. They were going to stay in Oklahoma forever, and they were there 1 year, and then the government came in and booted them all out. And really interesting story. I'm sure there's a lot more history there that I don't know, but yeah, definitely a lot of Native American tribes ended up in Oklahoma because that's where the kind of Trail of Tears ended, I believe. Matt Smith says, was Oklahoma cold when you were there? You should get a TSA pre-approved deal with clearance that you're not a terrorist. I heard you don't have to take shoes or belts and fly through security. Yeah, I don't have that clearance. I get checked over every way possible, it seems. And it's probably because I have so much equipment with me all the time. I always have like 3 laptops and electronics, all that kind of stuff. So I like fill up 6 bins and send them all through. And so they're probably like, who the heck is this guy? A funny story, actually. The last time I went, I was making a YouTube video. So I turned my camera on, put my camera into the bin and sent it through to get like a shot of my camera going through the TSA security machine. And it came through on the other end, and they saw that it was filming, and the one guy got really, really upset with me. He was like, you got to delete that right now. You're showing off all the inside of our stuff, and you can't be showing that to other people because it's a security concern. And I was like, I did not even think of that. I'm actually kind of glad that he saw it so I didn't get in trouble, but so I deleted that part of the filming that I had, but he was really upset with me. So now I don't film going through the security checkpoint. I gave that up. Was Oklahoma cold? Sorry, is the other part of your question. This year it was not. It was pretty warm when I got there. It was in the low 50s, I believe, and then when I left, it was like low 40s, so it was cooling off. Last year when I went to Oklahoma, it was like 20 degrees, and the wind was like 45 miles an hour, and I'm not exaggerating. It was below zero. It was like a 10 below wind chill when I was there. And so it was nasty. So I'm very glad it wasn't that way this time, because you couldn't even walk outside. It was like Minnesota style weather in Oklahoma last year. Dustin's on Kevin's list already to pray for. Fantastic. Caden says, about the old high school, we used to do baseball practice in the gym. Yeah, absolutely. That obviously won't happen anymore. If Emerald City did finally get it and it's filling up, that's wonderful. Todd says, Andrew, does your church have kids service while the adults have theirs, and where is your church site at? And so, yes, we do have kids service. We meet Sunday mornings at 10 o'clock, and we also have a Saturday evening service that does not have kids service yet, but it will hopefully in the near future. So Saturday nights at 6:30 with no kids service, and Sunday mornings 10 a.m. with kids service. We have a nursery as well, so if it's a baby or a child under 4, they can go in the nursery, and then we have kind of four can be in the nursery or Sunday school, and then generally by 5 years old, we have a full Sunday school for them. And we're actually going to be doing a full remodel of the upstairs of our church, which is where the kids are at. So the nursery is going to be twice as big, probably in the next 6 weeks or so, and the We'll have a bathroom up there for the kids, which will be a huge blessing to the rest of the church. If you've ever been to church, then you know why we need that so badly. and the whole kids ministry will get a nice upgrade here in the next, like I said, next 6 weeks or so. So very excited about that too. Dustin says, "Thanks, Kevin. Good. Big Dog Bro, why don't you put another bid on the high school? Because they obviously did not want us to buy it." So I know when there's a firm no. Could feel that loud and clear, and so I think they're interested in putting taxable business into there and not a church. So that's just what I think is happening, and I can kind of understand that. Although I think we would have done a good job with it. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. But that's why they kind of closed the bidding process. They shut it down, moved on to other things, and that is a-okay. Dustin says, Saints all the way. Oh, yeah, Dustin, what happened to your Cowboys? What happened to them, man? They got, well, I guess they didn't get beat up that bad, but it wasn't really a close game. Didn't feel close, at least, the parts that I watched. Kelly says, the high school don't need no... Sorry, I got to... So you still put it in a pool, buy better computers. Okay. So the high school, the Armstrong school, they definitely need money. Well, maybe they don't need money. Maybe they need to reallocate money. But our taxes are probably high enough, I'm assuming. The pensions are very good. The health care is very good. The salaries are very good. So, yeah, it is what it is. Maybe that's a conversation I just don't want to have tonight. Matt Smith said, Patrick Mahomes is very good, but also young, with little to no playoff experience. As much as people dislike the Patriots, Tom Brady and Coach Bill will out-scheme them for sure. And yeah, I'm wondering that as well. I think Pat Mahomes, it's going to be interesting because someone's going to figure him out eventually. You look at someone like, I always think of Robert Griffith, how he was, or was it Griffin or Griffith? I can't remember. I think it was Robert Griffin the third for the Redskins, who was like, he was great in his rookie year. And then it seemed like coaches kind of figured him out, and they figured out how to scheme against him. And then once they figured him out, he wasn't good anymore. He couldn't adapt to it. And I'm wondering, like, Patrick Mahomes has been really, really great. And he's on another level, obviously, than even Robert Griffin was. And so I don't know. I think he might be able to adjust better. He's a very, very creative football player. Every time that I watch him play, I've been very, very impressed. So, anyways, I'm interested to see that game, though. I'm excited to kind of watch it. Hopefully, I'll have some time to actually sit down and watch the whole game, or at least catch some of it. My girls actually enjoy watching football, which is pretty sweet. So maybe I'll get to see it next week. But yeah, the Patriots are really good. Tom Brady, though, he's definitely lost a step, but he looked great. He looked great today. Swan says, Saints win the Super Bowl? Possibly. The only real game this weekend, though, was their game against the Eagles, who led most of the game and put up a fight. Yeah, they did. They look really good. Caden is leaving, and Caden also left a super chat. Thank you, my friend. I was not expecting that, but I super appreciate it. Gene Schaefer says, the services are great. The Holy Spirit moves in there. And he's talking about Living Water Church, I'm assuming. And thank you for the positive review, my friend. Caden says, bye, guys. Randy says, bye, Caden. Caden says, bye. Amanda says, I told you no Super Bowl for the Cowboys until Jerry Jones gets out of the way. You did say that, like maybe 4 weeks ago. And you were correct. Kelly says, they got 43,000 last week and got what? I don't know what that means. What's 40? Can you explain that better, Kelly? I'm not sure what that means. Dustin says, people hit the like button. Big Dog Bro says, good service this morning. Big Dog Bro, who are you? I don't know who you are. Please let me know. Matt Smith says, let's put a large escape room or American Ninja Warrior style course inside the old high school for contestants to enter. They pay a fee and all contributions go to better Kittanning. I love that idea. Swan says, after the Steelers, Patriots are my favorite team. Game in Kansas City should be good. I agree. I hope that's a good game. I hope it's not just a blowout either way. I want to see a slugfest in Kansas City. 3D Maker Kid says, let's do it. Matt Smith, he wants to see the Ninja Warrior course. I want to see it too. I want to film it. That would be a fun video. Kelly, how did they get 43,000? What does that mean? How'd they get $43,000? Gene says, yes, I was talking about the church. Dustin says, Amanda, you are totally wrong. The Cowboys are and always will be America's team. Yeah, Cowboys keep trying to hang on to that. I don't think they are America's team anymore. Well, maybe they are. They might have the biggest fan base. But the Patriots have got to be close. Got to be real, real close. Dustin says they just had a bad game. They really didn't have a bad game, though. No turnovers. They played good football. The Rams were just, I think, that much better. The Rams are a really good team. 3D Maker Kid would definitely compete. Big Dog Bro. Oh, okay, it's Todd. Okay, great. Good to see you, Todd. Also you, Connie. Very excited. Todd, I will be in contact with you about the remodel of the church. I know that you said that you wanted to help, and so let me know your schedule. Maybe send me a message sometime or talk to me next Sunday because we're going to be coming up with work days pretty soon for the church. Randy says, Todd says he's all in on American Ninja Warrior. Randy says America's team is the Patriots. Yeah, I think so. Didn't you see the newspaper, Kelly says? Maybe I did not. What did I miss? What happened with the school? Where'd they get all this money? What happened? Dustin said the Rams running backs were amazing. Yeah, the Rams are good. They're really good. They have a young quarterback also though, so it's not like they're not going to be untouchable. It's going to be really interesting because you have maybe two of the greatest quarterbacks of all time versus two really young quarterbacks that are really on a hot streak right now. So Matt says, let's make our version of Groundhog Day to outdo Punksy. You should do Groundhog Day this year and film it. Go to Groundhog Day this year and film it. I was kind of, I don't know, I'm curious about Groundhog Day, but I'm like, what is the point? Like, it's this huge celebration. It's like a drinking holiday. Basically in Punxsutawney, from my understanding, and I don't know. I don't get it. I just don't understand it. How did that come about? I need to read up on it. Baldy Baltimore is in the house. Good to see you, my friend. Gene says, Kevin Myers, blessing to talk to you today. Todd John says, I don't watch NFL, but the Steelers have the biggest fan base. I think the Steelers have maybe one of the best fan bases. When I came here from Minnesota, I knew that football was a big deal here, but I didn't really understand the level of passion that there could be for a football team until seeing the Steelers. My assumption is that Texas has a similar thing, although maybe Texas is a little bit more divided these days now that the Texans are there. But I'm not sure that there's a more passionate fan base than the Steelers. You could have maybe said the Raiders many years ago, but that team, I mean, they're going to destroy that team and the fan base, I think, when they go to Las Vegas. So, I don't know. Maybe Green Bay? Maybe Green Bay would be a similar fan base. You could say the Patriots, but I don't think, like, if the Patriots weren't that good, like, if the Patriots were bad for the next 5 years, I think that fan base would completely die. So I'd say the Cowboys, the Packers, and the Steelers. That's my top three fan bases, probably. Randy says, I missed one. 3D Maker Kid says burger. I don't know what that means. I think you're trying to make me hungry since I'm on the Daniel fast, but that is what it is. It's okay. I'm past it. I am a rock in the Daniel fast. Cannot be shaken. Randy says, football is way less entertaining than 3 years ago. Yeah, football, it's gotten better since the beginning of the year, for me at least. The crazy penalties and stuff have slowed down, so that's great. It seems like they've finally figured out what the rules actually mean, which is a positive outcome. But I don't know. It's been crazy to watch the decline of football over the last 20 years. I still think soccer will be the biggest sport in this country. Maybe within the next 30 years or so, because they're kind of killing the pipeline, I think, for football with the whole, and rightfully so. A lot of parents want to protect their kids from concussions, all that kind of stuff, You're already seeing soccer in a place like Seattle completely take over. Seattle Seahawks obviously still have, I think, a bigger fan base than the Seattle Sounders, but the Seattle Sounders are filling up that stadium. For a soccer team in the United States, it's really impressive to see. So, love watching soccer. I probably prefer to watch soccer just about any day of the week over football, unless it's the Vikings. Kelly says, they got 43,000. My teacher, what happened? My teacher was reading it. They spend it loosely. They don't need any more money. Okay. Fair enough. I'll take your word on it for at this moment. Baldy Baltimore says, do you know who I am? I do not know who you are, Baldy Baltimore. My guess, well, I don't know. I have no guess. Just tell me who you are. Dustin says, I was proud of you sticking to the Daniel fast on your trip. I don't know if I could do the whole guacamole thing. Yuck. Guacamole is amazing. Guacamole is the best thing about the Daniel fast. Well, the best food thing about the Daniel fast. But Oklahoma is a very difficult place to go because of the food. They have great Mexican food in Oklahoma, which you can sneak by with the Daniel fast. You can get some good Mexican food still on the Daniel fast. But they also have really good barbecue, and there's no barbecue food that's legal. It's just all illegal. So I had some plain potatoes and like some brown salad, and everyone else was eating this amazing barbecue. That was the hardest day in Oklahoma, or the hardest meal, I should say. Still not that difficult. You're doing this for God, you know? It's between me and him. Swan says, regarding Groundhog Day, yes, how did it start? That I have visited Phil in Punxsutawney, but not on February 2nd. He lives in the library in town. I had no idea about that. That is really cool. Steelers and Packers are rated as the top two fans according to ESPN. Look at that, Amanda, bringing the facts tonight. So I'm glad I was right. Baldy Baltimore, still do not know who you are. Summer is heading to bed. Bring you a schedule on Sunday. Fantastic. Thank you for that. Sorry. Summer's husband is headed to bed. Kelly says, Swan, Kevin Myers is my dad, and we lived in Punxsutawney for 5 years. Fantastic. Matt says, it's a blast. Leave like 3 a.m., park downtown, take the school bus to Gobbler's Knob, fireworks before the sun comes up, hot chocolate, ice sculpting, and people dancing to Pennsylvania polka to stay warm. Wow. That sounds exciting. 3D Maker Kid is trying to tempt us with meat, juicy steak, ... Thank you. Thank you. Todd says, Andrew, where is your church located and what denomination is it? So we are located at 721 Woodward Avenue in Kittanning, and denominationally, we are a Pentecostal Holiness Church, and so it's kind of a blend of a Pentecostal church and maybe a Methodist theology, and so you have those two things combined, so part of the Holiness movement, part of the Pentecostal movement, blended into one beautiful, beautiful group of people. So hopefully that answers it for you. If you want to talk more theology, that kind of stuff, you can ask it here. I don't know if I'll answer it here, but I'd be happy to talk to you anytime. Love that kind of stuff. Matt says, lots of cool hats and shirts for sale in downtown Punxsutawney. Also, all the churches and nonprofits serve breakfast in the morning after the ceremony. You would love it. Man, I want to go now. Who wants to go February 2nd? What day is that? Let's see. That is a Saturday. Okay. This is becoming more possible all the time. So, would anyone want to do a trip to Punxsutawney? Kittanning, greatest city in the world, takes over Groundhog Day. Maybe we can do that. We'll see. I'll think about it. Swan says, I have a Steelers cap and get fans commenting no matter where I am in the country, even people who have never been to PA. Yeah, the Steelers do have fans all over for sure. It's impressive. And they travel well, so whatever town they go to, there's always Steelers fans in the crowd. They'll pay any amount of money. They don't care. Randy says, I play football, and this year I won the Super Bowl for the Armstrong Braves. We won in the third overtime. Very cool. Very cool. Guac rocks. Yes, guacamole is the best thing ever. I eat avocado almost every day. Summer says, I gave up coffee. My diet exists of about 8 or 10 food items. Keeping it simple. That's what the Daniel fast is all about. I know you're keeping it simple for other reasons than that, because we talked about that last week, but very cool anyway. 3D Maker Kid says, let me check the calendar. Kelly's in for the trip to Punxsy. Kevin says, Punxsy residents hate the groundhog. That's hilarious. Why don't they get rid of it? I guess it's a big draw. It's probably a huge commercial thing at this point for them. Dustin says, count me in, I'll go. All right, so let's talk about this again next week, for sure. Todd says, I have no clue what any of that is, but let's talk. All right, Todd. Whenever you want to talk theology, just let me know, or send me a message on Facebook or something. Send me any of your church questions. I'll be happy to answer them. My best advice, though, would be just come to one of our services. I promise you it's not weird. Just come and see if you like it. And if you like it, we'll figure out the theology stuff later. Just come and be blessed by the presence of God, be blessed by the Holy Spirit, and I think you'll enjoy it. So come and give it one try. Matt says, let's go. When it falls on a Saturday, it gets a really good crowd. Meet at your office, 2 a.m. All right, let's talk about it next week. Like I said, hold me to this. Let's continue this conversation next week, and we'll think about it. Kevin says they hate it because it's all their town seems to be about, not the parks or businesses, just a groundhog. That would be pretty annoying. Have to admit. Okay. Last thing before I go, you guys, I really need some questions for Abby. It's Abby's 6th birthday coming up this week. I'm going to do a video with her, but I would love to have some questions from you for a 6-year-old girl. Things that you would appropriate questions for a 6-year-old girl. What would you ask her? And I'll be happy to ask her and make a video about it for all of your enjoyment. And you'll get a shout out in the video if I ask your question. I write all the questions down, and it's been fun the 2 times that I've done it, and I'm very excited about what the future holds for her. She's a leader. She's a natural born leader. She is like a dominant personality. She is not in school. She's homeschooled. So we're giving homeschool a shot this year, and so it's going really well so far. But she's very, very smart. She knows her stuff. She's pretty analytical, and she's a hard worker. So I'm blessed to have her as a child, as an oldest child, because she's a good leader, and I think she's going to do big things in the world. So, all right. So a couple questions for Abby coming in. What's the coolest thing about your mother and father? That'll be interesting. I'll be interested to hear about that. Amanda says, what is important to you right now? A question for Abby. That's a good question. I wonder how she'll answer that. Anyway, we'll see it in the video for sure. And it can be simple questions like, what's your favorite color, all the way up to the most advanced. I can explain it to her, and she can pick up most stuff. Todd says, Abby, what's your favorite junk food? That's a great question. She'll love that. I will video all of her answers, Swan. So if you can put any of your questions here, I will put your name in the question, and we'll video it, and that video should be out by the end of the week, hopefully, as long as I can catch up on everything. Dustin says, ask her how she likes her daddy being a YouTube legend. Also, ask her about how she feels about Jaden being faster than her. I will ask her that, because that'll be a great question for her, because she does not like to lose to anybody, but Jaden was definitely faster than she was. Jean says, who's her favorite teacher? Well, I guess she has a couple teachers. My wife and Mandy at Sunday school, all the different Sunday school teachers that she likes too. So, and I guess I teach her every once in a while in Kids Jam, so maybe she would pick me too. So I'll ask her that for sure. 3D Maker Kid says, see you guys. Just remember, live your life to the fullest. Your chance of being alive, as everyone in New York each flipped a dice with 1 trillion sides, and they all landed on the same side. That's impressive odds, 3D Maker Kid. Swan says, where do we submit our questions? Submit them right here. Write your questions right now. We're talking about it right now. So put your questions in here right now, and I'll ask them to my child later this week. I need like 5 more questions, you guys. 5 more. If I have 10, we can make a great video out of it. Put them down below. We got 15 people in here. Kelly, I need a question from you. Kevin, I know you got a million good questions for me. And Swan, I know you got some questions since you're asking about it. What do you got? What do you got? What do you got? We'll hang out for just a couple more minutes. I kind of miss Sunday night football, though. Sorry. Just checking my phone here real quick. Randy says, what should I get my mom for her birthday? I'm not going to ask her that. What should you get your mom? Get your mom like a great Christian devotional or a nice Bible if she doesn't have one, and then get her some chocolate. I mean, every woman loves chocolate. So make that happen. Dustin says, ask her what her favorite Bible verse is. I will. I'll ask her that, and I'll ask her favorite Bible story because she would maybe be more likely to answer that. Although she's been memorizing Scripture, and it's impressive. She memorized John 3:16. She memorized Hebrews 12:1, which is a very difficult verse for a kid to learn. And they're better memorizers than I am. But it's kind of cool because I'm getting to memorize Scripture now, more Scripture as well. They also memorized some stuff for Christmas. Matthew 2:6, I think. They memorized. Or that's what Joey memorized. And then there was another one they memorized for Kids Jam. Lots of scripture memorization happening in our house. So every night we read a chapter out of Little House on the Prairie. We read a Christian devotional, and then we read a book about Bible stories, and it's really, really great. So fun every single night. What's your favorite toy? That's a good one. I'll ask her that for sure. What famous person would you like to meet? Great question. If you could be anything for your family, if you could wish for anything for your family, what would it be? That's a fantastic question. Amanda asks, who's your favorite book character? That's a good one too. Okay, we got all kinds of questions now. Fantastic. Kelly says, I want to be in the drawing whenever you do it. You'll be able to enter into the contest. I'm going to run that contest through Gleam, which I've run a couple of gift card giveaways. Any big giveaways I try to run through a professional service. So I'll run it through Gleam, and you'll have like 10 ways to enter. So you'll be able to like the Facebook page, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter, subscribe to the YouTube channel, watch a certain video. There'll be a lot of different things that you'll be able to do. So you'll be able to get up to 10 entries, and yeah, it'll be really, really great. Summer, sorry, I missed your comment. How does she like gardening and the chickens? Is that something she would like to do when she's older? Probably. She loves to do the garden with me. She likes to take care of the chickens. She likes to move the fences, pull weeds. She likes to load mulch. She likes to do all that kind of stuff. So, Todd says, what do you want to be when you grow up? That's always a great question, right? I'm hoping someone asks that every single year because I'll ask her that. I think it'll be really cool like 15 years from now. I'll have a video from when she was 5 all the way up to when she's 20, and I can kind of like make a montage video, like maybe when she gets married someday. I'll have like 20 years worth of interviews, and I'll be able to make a really cool video for her about all the different passions and desires and stuff that she had growing up. So I don't know. I get excited about that kind of stuff. I think it'll be really cool. Okay, guys. I think we're good. I think I got enough questions as well, so thank you for that. Really appreciate you guys. I always enjoy this Sunday night. I'm really praying God's blessing over you. If you guys are involved in the Daniel fast, stay strong. The hardest part is past. The physical cravings, all that kind of stuff should be over, and you should now be entering into just a great time with God over the next 2 weeks. And so I'm just praying blessing. I'm praying for vision over your life, that God would give you a clear direction for how you can bless the city that you're living in right now. And hopefully that's Kittanning, and we can just make this place better and better and better. So really looking forward to this week's videos, and looking forward to just being back in Kittanning for a full